Okay, here we have 2012 Canycom S160 track dumper. We'll go around here and get our serial number right away. S160 6490211. Go up here and check out all of our high-tech instrumentation. We have our throttle, fuel gauge, hour meter, battery light, water temperature, oil pressure. Let's see what it says. I think we're at 600 and some hours. As you see, 630.4? Yeah, 630.4 hours. Okay. Here we have our two control levers, forward and reverse on each track, hydrostatic drive, park brake. Just going to lock your park brake on. You do have to have your foot on the brake in order to start. Take that back off. We got a horn button. You can even try that out as long as we're here. Horn works. All our indicator lights work, hour meter, fuel gauge. Can't see the fuel gauge. You see when we start it up, if that changes when we slosh it around some. We got two controls. Obviously, we got our control for our dump up and down, and we got our control for the box rotating 180 degrees. What else we got? Here we got this side here is a battery box. There would be our battery. Good Group 27 battery. And our fuse is right there. Looks like that's pretty simple Sam right there running everything. And you got your hand throttle obviously, which we showed you up here on the dash. But you also have a foot throttle. Fuel tank lid, locking gas cap. Here's our original Canycom decal telling us the engine model, the power, and all of the grease points on this. I found it quite interesting that by selling the Yanmars and all these other ones, this is my first Canycom, and in this small of a unit, I didn't realize it until I was looking in the brochure, but all of these rollers under here are on a trunnion. That's why you got a grease cert for each roller. This is the trunnion one. Roller, roller, trunnion. So when you go over something, all them rollers can move. Our small Maruka, the high-tech Maruka, just is solid rollers, just like the bottom of a mini excavator. So it's a hell of a rough ride compared to this machine. And same with the Yanmar C12Rs, which are a teeny bit smaller than this, but not much. The diesel, water-cooled, you ride on them. But yeah, they're all rigid. They don't have individual. So I can see why Canycom gets more money. It's more expensive to manufacture like that. Oh, let's see. Kind of a suspension seat a little bit. Not real high-tech, but it does have some springs in there for bouncing up and down. Obviously, someone's been careful. They've never backed into anything. I mean, the back of this is perfectly smooth. That's kind of amazing because people tend to beat the hell out of them by not realizing or not watching when they're backing up. Looks pretty clean underneath. I don't see any smashed stump jumping tricks or anything like that. There's your exhaust output right there. That's even round. No one ever backed over anything and crushed that. Pretty amazing there. Okay. This side you can see your oil cooler and your radiator. We'll tilt the hood after we make the complete round. I didn't look on the other side, didn't mention it, but there's your sprockets. They both look identical. They're both probably 95%. I mean, 600 hours, no real time. This appears to be the original tracks on it. The tracks are nice. They're Bridgestone tracks. Bridgestone is, of course, the most expensive, so Bridgestone is also the OEM for a lot of manufacturers. like Kubota and Yanmar. I don't see any damage to the tracks at all, any place. No chew spots, no slices on the top, no slices on the inside. Doesn't look like they ran it in rock. Looks like it was in fairly soft material. This is another dead giveaway that it was never run in rock. This box is, other than the little paint gone off it, totally perfect inside. Absolutely. No dents in the floor, no dents in the front, no dents in the sidewalls. Just beautiful. If you sandblasted it out and repainted it, you could sell it for a brand new box. Absolutely no scars whatsoever. See, we're back on this side. I guess we can look at the sprocket again, which looks the same as the other side. You're probably not going to see any wear on rollers or anything. They're running on rubber, so all that stuff should be at least 95%. Okay, let's go and open up the engine compartment here. They do have it so you can padlock it. They got 2 loops right there you can throw a padlock on. Here's our big bad 3-cylinder Kubota right here, our D1105. I'm glad to see a real alternator on it instead of them bicycle generators that most of these small diesels have on them. Here's a radiator burp tank. It's full. I went through this, checked everything out, all the fluid levels, made sure the belt tension was correct, and which is pretty kind of nice on this. They do have this handle right here, and you can kick this out in the wintertime so that you can pull out the handle, kicks your belt tensioner loose so that you can crank the engine over and start it up without any resistance of turning the hydraulic oil. Primary fuel filter right there. This may be the primary and secondary. Yeah, there's a filter in there. It's not a separate water. So there's your fuel filter and water separator all in one there. Obviously engine oil filter right there. Easy to get at. Starter's easy to get at. Really nothing on this side. Injector pump. Everything looks super sanitary. There's no oil leaks, no antifreeze leaks, no hydraulic leaks. Very, very nice, as it should be with only 600 hours on it. Here's our hood release here on your prop rod. Pull that up, and we can bring the hood down. Okay. It also does have a gas shock absorber. So it pops up real easy. Okay, I think we're ready to start it. Yeah, we're ready to start it up and run it through its functions here. You can rotate the bed, show you the travel speed. Yeah, I got everything. I'm ready to go.
Plug it in?
No. Okay, let's do the dump box while we're sitting still. I don't see anything sticking in this baby. No, I don't see nothing sticking in this thing. That's straight up and down, boy. Okay, and in any position while you're driving, you can rotate to dump anywhere. On any side. Power up, power down, obviously power up, but not like dump trucks, you got power down, so if you're on a hill, you're gonna suck the bed down. regular full-blown Rotex underneath there. They use two little hydraulic cylinders to spin it, but they use a regular Rotex just like an excavator. Maybe you can see right there. Let's see the greasers. You grease it just like a Rotex on an excavator, so they don't have some little pin in there or anything. They got a full-blown Rotex. Okay, I guess take off. Let's do your... There's not a two-speed travel. There's one speed that just goes from 0 to infinite. And I believe on the website you will see the specifications from Canycom that tells us our ground speed, climbing ability, and all that. Okay, take off. Take it out on the gravel up there so we can spin around. This is literally 3 times faster than a C12 Yanmar. Let's go up there. Take it up here, we can spin around on the gravel. This is when you do the Bobcat, you cannot do a Bobcat with the Yanmar C12. All you can do is just stop one. Do that, wide open. There you go. Okay.
What a smooth ride.
Yes. Let's get a better idea of the ground speed a little bit more up here. Let me just start in the middle so they can see the total speed. Yeah, you're moving right along. That'll all be on the website with the specifications. I covered the dash, I covered the engine. I can't think of anything else we got to cover. Yeah, well, the battery box, I showed him that. Yep. Yeah, I guess that's all we got for this little guy.